Nebraska is loading up for a jam-packed recruiting summer. The Huskers are now at 4 total commits in the 2026 class. So the big question is, who will be next for the Big Red? So in today's video, I'm going to go over 4 recruits that I have my eyes out for that will likely commit to Nebraska very soon. The last time we did this, I accurately predicted who the Huskers' next commit will be. Let's run it back. I got 4 names that you're going to want to watch out for who will be Huskers very quickly. So really quick. Big time update. Hit that like button if you're fired up about adding some talent. And really quick, if you support the channel, it takes 2 seconds and it really helps me out. Please hit that subscribe button. Join this family of over 10,000 strong diehard Nebraska fans. Once again, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, let's get into it, talking about 4 players who I have my eyes out for to potentially beat Nebraska's next commit before we get into a jam-packed recruiting summer. Let's go to the backfield. At the running back position to get things started, a name that you're going to absolutely want to know coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina, Jamal Rule is the first player who I have my eyes out for. I think could be the next person to commit to Nebraska. This guy is 6 foot tall, 200 and about 10 pounds, has some very good offers, but he's pretty much down to Nebraska, Wisconsin, Boston College, and NC State. Now, Jamal Rule is somebody who does just about everything on the football field. He has lightning quick speed, quick feet. He has the ability to make you miss in a phone booth. Nice little juke move in him. But, he also has a really good build on him, right? He has the ability to kind of lower the shoulder. He can catch passes at a high level. He can block at a high level. And for that reason, Nebraska, they were primarily going after Devin Walker and Brian Bonner in this class at the running back position. Now they're going after another guy, and that is him, Jamal Rule, just because he's a guy who the coaching staff, they believe he's a hidden gem. He's somebody who should be a high 4-star, maybe even a borderline 5-star. Last year, for his high school team, he ran for over 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, about 200 yards every single game, 10 yards a carry. I mean, absolutely absurd statistics. So Jamal Rule is somebody who has visited Nebraska time and time again since the beginning of February. Nebraska just visited him in North Carolina not too long ago. It feels like things are getting really close here now. He's scheduled to visit Nebraska on June 13th. Again, he's going to Wisconsin. He's going to Boston College as well. He probably will visit NC State at one point in time, but I believe he's not going to wait till June. I think he's going to get the green light. He's going to say, hey, I want to be a Nebraska Cornhusker. E.J. Barthel's been recruiting me for a long time now. We're going to make things happen. I think Jamal Rule potentially will be Nebraska's next running back commit. I should preface by saying this as well. Nebraska will take 2 running backs in this cycle, so just because they land Jamal Rule, they will not be out on Devin Walker, nor will they be out on Brian Bonner. They're going to take 2 this class. They've made that very clear. They've made that very apparent. So would watch out for Jamal Rule, but I love his game, man. Just guy can do pretty much everything. He's a guy who can probably get 20 carries a game for you, but good speed, good quickness, but can catch passes in this Dana Holgorsen offense. So that's the first guy who I'm looking out for to potentially beat Nebraska's next commit. 3 other guys that I'm looking out for now. Devin Jackson is somebody who I continue to harp on coming out of Orlando, Florida. He was a recent Florida decommit, and now right now I can firmly tell you that he's down to either Nebraska or the Hurricanes. It feels like we say that a lot. Okay, so Miami's been battling us in a lot of recruiting processes, but listen, Devin Jackson, heck of a prospect, great speed, great explosiveness. That's what we love in the secondary, especially at safety. He can play corner, he can play in the slot for you, he can play at that nickel position. So you like that positional flexibility from Devin Jackson, but yeah, has a good build on him. He's a physical tackler, and again, coming out of Orlando, I mean, he's a dog. He's not afraid of taking a big tackle. So love Devin Jackson's game. I think he'll commit to Nebraska sooner rather than later. He's going to take visits to both Nebraska and Miami for officials, but I think this is going to be pretty quickly here. He's going to commit to Nebraska along with his good friend Danny Odom, who's his teammate. So Devin Jackson, second guy I'm looking out for. Third name at the tight end position. Let's talk about Lincoln Watkins, because this guy has made it very clear that if he had his choice, he would be a Nebraska Cornhusker pretty much as soon as possible. He's 6'4", 233 pounds. Again, you want a guy who's a vertical threat at that tight end position with great hands, a great catch radius, but also can lay the boom on you in the blocking game. That's what we get here with Lincoln Watkins. He's pretty much built for this Dana Holgorsen offense, right? We kind of want more of these vertical threats who can, make plays down the field, stretch the field. That's what we get here with Lincoln Watkins. So again, I really, really like his game coming out of Michigan. He's going on a bunch of visits that are kind of all random schools. Indiana, NC State, Duke, Miami. That's a weird combination of schools that he's visiting. But Nebraska, by far is the favorite in this recruiting process. Oh, Penn State. Penn State's also in here. I didn't even know that. So again, he got some good offers. Got an Oregon offer in there, but he's made it clear that he wants to be a Nebraska Cornhusker. I think things will go pretty quickly here. I think he'll commit before all of these visits even take place. One last name that I'm looking out for to potentially be Nebraska's next commit, and then we'll wrap things up talking about what I foresee over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months for the Huskers. This last guy is, of course, current Miami commit Jordan Campbell. At some point, I just think this guy's going to flip, and I don't know when it's going to be at this point. If you asked me in January, I would have told you he probably would have flipped by now, but we're still waiting on this. It just becomes increasingly clear to me that he's not sold on Miami. He's visited Nebraska time and time again. He visited in February. He visited for the spring game not too long ago. He has a great connection with Phil Simpson. He has a great connection with Rob Dvorak. They visited him in Miami not too long ago as well. So, again, Jordan Campbell, I think he's going to flip pretty quickly here. I love his game. Very physical linebacker. Like, I always compare him to Vincent Shavers. Like, Vincent Shavers was a dog in high school, but he was nothing compared to Jordan Campbell. Like, Jordan Campbell's that type of dude to just lay the wood on you, right? Hard hitter, kind of like a Ray Lewis in that way. Again, his compact build. I mean, he 6'2", he's 200 pounds, got a lot of muscle on him. Again, very explosive, very athletic. So everything he does on the field checks a box. But I just really, really feel like he's going to flip to Nebraska pretty much sooner rather than later. He's likely going to come on an official visit, but I think he will be a Cornhusker. So those are the 4 guys that I have my eyes out for that Nebraska could have as their next couple commits. Now, talking about some other names that I'm looking out for, I know I'm going to get questions about Darian Jones coming out of Omaha. That's a guy I feel very confident Nebraska is going to land. That's a 4-star corner out of Omaha North. He's made it very clear that he's going to do his due diligence in this recruiting process. He's pretty much down to Nebraska, Minnesota, Iowa, and Iowa State. And he's going to commit around July 4th. So, again, would not watch out for Darian Jones soon here, but I think it's going to be Nebraska or Iowa. Feel good about where we stand there with Darian Jones. So I know I'm going to get questions about that. I know I'm going to get questions about Jabari Brady. I still feel good about Nebraska landing Jabari Brady, but I think he's also going to wait a little bit longer, but I think he'll be a Nebraska Cornhusker sooner rather than later. Ryan Mozee is somebody who I have my eyes out for. Nebraska was the favorite not too long ago there. That's a 4-star wide receiver, but Georgia's really picked up some slack recently along with South Carolina. Things aren't looking that well. And then on the defensive line, man, that's the big concern for me. I just don't know when we're going to get a defensive line commit. And if Titan Davis goes in a different direction, if Valen Sony goes in a different direction, I'm worried this defensive line class is just going to be awful. Like, I'm really worried about that when it comes to Terry Brown. He has a lot to prove to me as a D-line recruiter. We will see. So, all right, guys, that's my video talking about potentially who the next Nebraska commit will be. Let me know your thoughts down below. Who do you want to be Nebraska's next pledge? So let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you made this far in the video, hit that like button and subscribe. As always, folks, go be grab, go Met Roll, and I'll see you in the next one.